All right, in section 4 or 5, we're going to look at graphing lines using slope-intercept form. I think, again, this should be a pretty straightforward concept for you, something that you're already familiar with. In these notes, I'm not going to go through each example in your notes one by one. I'll do the first couple, pick and choose a few, and then leave the rest for you to kind of work through on your own just to make sure you got this stuff. So, recall slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. M is your slope. B is your y-intercept. Okay, so M is slope, B is y-intercept. Not really sure why we use either letter, but we do. Okay, it says identify the slope and y-intercept with the given equation, then graph each line. Okay, so y equals 3x plus 4. Okay, y equals 3x plus 4. Clearly, the slope is going to be 3. The y-intercept is 4. So how does this help me? Well, it makes my life a lot easier when it comes to graphing. Okay, my y-intercept is positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my y-intercept. My slope is 3. That means my rise is 3. My run is 1. Okay, so I go up 3 over 1. Clearly, that's not going to work out for me because I'm going to go off the page. So instead, I'm going to go down 3 from this point that I've plotted. Go down 1, 2, 3, left 1. And that's all I need is 2 points to graph my line. Okay. Part B is going to be there for you. I'm going to do part D because that one obviously is a little bit more tricky with a fraction for slope. So your slope is still 2 over 3. Your y-intercept now is negative 1. So you plot that negative 1 first. And then this says go up 2, right 3. So go up 1, 2, right 1, 2, 3. Plot it. Okay? And really that's all you need. You could do a couple more counts if you wanted to, but you don't have to. Okay? And there's your line. So slope-intercept form is very useful. Okay. Now on these last few parts D, E, and F. I don't know why it says C and D on my screen, but parts E and F. What you're going to want to do is put it in slope-intercept form first. So this is why we talked about solving for a given variable. So you get 4y equals negative 3x plus 2. Divide both sides by 4. And so y equals negative 3 over 4x plus 1/2. So your y-intercept is 1/2, and your slope is negative 3 over 4. So now that's what I'm going to use to graph my line. Okay, I plot the point. My y-intercept is negative 1/2. And then from there, I got to go up 3 units, or I'm sorry, down 3 units because it's negative. So down 3, right 4. So I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I end up over here. Connect your dots, put arrows on the end. We're good to go. Okay, so again, slope-intercept form is very useful. And again, it's something that you should probably already be familiar with. Now we're going to look at graphing lines if I just give them to you. Okay, now I'm not going to, the graphing is not the hard part, right? I mean, if I tell you the y-intercept is positive 1, that means just go up to 1, plot it. Slope is negative 2. That means down 2, right 1. Okay. Now, obviously, guys, make sure when you graph your lines, make sure it makes sense. If you would have graphed this line and it would have gone, if you had mistakenly went up 2, right 1, and you had this red line, that there should be a hint there, or a red light going off because your slope is negative. So to be a negative slope, you have got to be going down from left to right. And so when I write this equation, the equation of this line is very simply going to be negative 2x plus 1. Okay, mx plus b. Okay, mx plus b. Again, I'm going to let you go ahead and work through this one on your own. I'm going to skip down all the way to actually f. You can do all the other ones on your own. So we'll do part f together. Again, y-intercept is positive 4. Go up 4. Now go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right 2. There you go. Connect your dots. Throw your arrows on. And then the final part is write the equation. Well, it's y equals m. Negative 5 over 2 times x plus the y-intercept. All right, so again, hopefully this is review and you're finding this stuff to be pretty simple. The last thing that we're going to talk about in this particular section is this idea of lines being parallel. Recall that two lines are parallel if they never intersect. And the one thing that you need to know especially is that parallel lines have the same slope. Okay, so it says determine which lines are parallel. As soon as you get a question like that, you got to be thinking slope. Okay, so slope of this line equals change in y over the change in x. So that's going to be 3 over 4. Slope here is change in y over change in x. So that's 5 over 7. So far we don't have any parallel lines yet. And hopefully this last one matches up with one of them. So slope equals change in y over change in x plus plus. Slope there is 3/4. This guy was 3/4. This guy is 3/4. Therefore, you would say that line A and C are parallel. All right. So again, this video is just kind of serving as a refresher, and we're going to build on these ideas as we move forward. So any questions regarding slope-intercept form of a line, make sure you bring them, have them ready to go in class.